flyer. So if you wanted 3 specifically, right, focus on layer 1s, and then layer 1s that haven't moved as much as maybe others yet.
Where we're at, right, this is why we specifically put the course here, is because things have calmed down a little bit. Still, we're way higher than what we started with, even 3 months ago. But it's calmed down a little bit, and during this calm water, you can buy assets at good prices that later on are going to be really expensive. Like we're talking about Phantom's under $1. We're talking about Solana's still at $100, which is great, right? AVAX is still under $50. It's not even $100 yet. You know, like these pulse chains, like barely above SAC rate. Like all these coins, these really good coins are like the fundamental ones and stuff. You get them right now. Then later on, as the cycle continues on, we start getting into the more, you know, you have to get into more deeper, more lower market cap stuff. But right now it's like shooting fish in a barrel. You can get really good coins for really great prices, because later on people are going to be buying like Phantom for $3, $6, $8, thinking like, holy shit, man, I fucking killed it today. I bought it, and you bought, I mean, I bought it for 18 cents. You know, and that's what's going to happen. I mean, every coin that I mentioned there, I've tripled to 5x my money on. Even right now, still, after the prices went down a little bit, we're up that much. Still, because we bought the bottoms, we were DCAing the entire time our students got in, and we made really good money. Well, like, it just now, some of the crypto guys are waking up. Some of the other crypto YouTubers are finally back. They finally fucking got out of Cabo or wherever the fuck they were, and are coming back now. But we've been here the whole time with you guys to make sure, and you know, with the FNF crew and the Red Pill and everyone else in the space, to make sure that people bought. We were fucking screaming like idiots trying to get people to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum last November.
Yeah.
I think we literally came on the show the last 2 times, or last 3 times, right? Bitcoin was 15,500, literally the same week of the low. Then it was 28,000 and 25,000, and now we're here again at 43. You know, just saying.
And people don't understand this. We're recommending these coins, and we're in these coins, does not mean I'm holding it in the bear market, right? Because every single bear market, something could happen. Maybe they all fail. But there's money to be made now, and that's what people don't get. Is just like people either think that, like a guy in equity, because you guys are in equities, right? You guys are long-term investors. Like staying in something for 3-4 years is nothing, right?
Yeah.
For some stock guy, they're thinking about like, oh fuck, if I buy this, I'm gonna hold it for 10-12 years. That's their time horizon, 10-12 years. In crypto, we're asking for 2, we're asking for 4 at most, you know. But you can skip a lot of that, buy at these lower prices, and now it's so beautiful because you hold while the prices are just going up.
The time will take care of the volatility a lot of the times. Like a lot of people are worried about crypto because of the volatility. Well, if you buy at the right time, the volatility will sort itself out. Like you'll basically avoid the volatility if you buy and wait for 2 to 4 years easily. Like if I bought Bitcoin 2 years ago, I would still be up now, even though it's up high. You know what I mean? It's like...
I think the hardest part for most people is knowing when to buy and when to sell.
Yes.
And you teach that in the course, right?
Yeah. It's because what'll happen is you get in, like, it's just, this is what happens in crypto, is crypto's hot for a certain period of time, 21, right? Like me, like I got into crypto at the tail end of 2016. I started noticing, because I was in stocks, and I started noticing a lot of these stock YouTubers, man. Yo, fuck Ethereum, fuck Bitcoin. I mean, because you know they're losing views to the crypto guys.
I'm telling you.
Yep,
that's what they do.
And then shout out Jeremy from Financial Education Channel. He's the one.
Well, then there'd be people who never do anything about crypto too.
Yeah. So because I was in stocks, I was watching this guy, and I was watching all these guys, and they're all like something like, yeah, Ethereum's don't get into this Bitcoin stuff. So I was like, all these guys are saying it. Let me go check it out. I go check it out.
So you were a stock market guy first?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course. Yeah. I was in stocks originally, 2013. So I was just my landscape business, then irrigation business, then got into stocks, kept throwing money in there, and eventually, like, I'm glad I did that because I was able to build up like a savings there. Then I used that savings, put it in crypto, and then grew it from there. And then eventually I was like, man, screw stocks.
Yeah. Your returns were probably mediocre, obviously, because stocks are slow and consistent, but
it takes years.
Yeah, it takes a long time.
I had 1 year at 40%, but that year I had no money in there. The second year was 25, so I was making good money. It was good returns. You know, interest rates went to 0. Stocks were like this, but you know, 25% on no money is no money.
Were you buying like index funds, or were you?
No, I was stock picking the whole time.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, I was. I was just doing Apple, Disney, FreshBet back in the day. I was, never bought Netflix and stuff. I bought a little Amazon. You know, like some of those big some of those big stocks still made great returns. I mean, Apple, some of these biggest hedge fund managers, right? They will never buy Apple, and Apple outperforms them every fucking year. Right. Like they just this way what's her name?
Berkshire Hathaway?
No, she runs ARK Invest.
Oh, Kathy Woods?
Yeah, Kathy Woods, right? She's this female, stock investor, right? she did really well because she could figure out like, hey, these are the hype stocks. Let me put money in them. And then everyone was shitting on her. Like, oh, look at this lady. She's just investing in hype stocks. Murdered everybody. Murdered everybody. Right? And why is that? Because she saw the trend. Hey, this is what it is. And then she'll start divesting herself and then investing into other things. I mean, she literally bought the Bitcoin. So she put her money into Grayscale. So Grayscale is the biggest ETF. I mean, the biggest like thing before the ETF, right? That we had. It crashed so bad that you basically, if Bitcoin was 15,000, it was selling for 10,000, 11,000. So she went and bought a ton of that, and now she's selling it off, and she's made. So Bitcoin went up a 3x. And she made more percentage on that. Wow. She was buying the low on the low, basically. So shout out to Kathy Wood.
That's what it all comes down to: buy low, sell high, right? What's up next here? We got here. Okay, Anav goes. What are the chances we go into a super cycle? There are already more billions of dollars Bitcoin under ETF than is gold ETF. Gold went up every year for 8 years straight after ETF launch. Whole HODL rate at its highest for institution interest.
You got to be careful with that.
Yeah, I would say you had the people who were talking super cycle last cycle.
Suzu.
We have 3 Hours Capital, Suzu and Kyle Davies. One of them is trying not to get extradited to the United States and hiding in Indonesia. Oh, sure. The other one's under lock and key with the Singaporean government. So a lot of that is extra hype to try to get people in at the end of the cycle. So I would say Bitcoin's 4-year cycle is undefeated. And so follow that, and you'll get the gains, and that's where the narrative's at with the halving.
At some point, you gotta take a little off, and it's hard as hell. Look, the other day we were talking to a billionaire guy. Literally, after we finished our call here, we went to go meet somebody out, and even in the stock market world, the greed is it doesn't matter. It's human nature. The greed is greed. They just can't, because why am I gonna sell a $6 million portfolio? It's going to 13. It's going to 20. Dude, like, Miguel, why am I sell here, bro? Like, if I sell here, dude, I'm missing out on 3 extra million, but you have to secure the bet. You can still take the risk, but take a little off the table, and you'll be thinking, because people, like, what happens is these, like, I don't like saying, because like the stocks become casino chip. Everything you own is a casino chip. A house you own, because it appreciated so much and it's cash flowing, it becomes a casino chip for you, because in your head, oh, I paid $500,000 for this house, $1 million for this house. Now it's $2 million, right? You forget how much, like, it's like, I remember when I was buying Ethereum for $80, right? I was moving Ethereum around and buying this shitcoin right here, and then I'm like, dude, this shit is like $3,000 now. Wait, hold up. Like, I would like, because I would average, like, usually I would buy into a coin, I do like 30 Ethereum at the time when it was like, $100, so it's $3,000, right? Now it's like a significant amount of money. We're talking about like almost 90 grand.
Yeah, it used to be money you spent on a weekend. Now it's money you spend over a course of a month. Soon it'll be money you hold over the course of a quarter or a year. These
assets go up so much that you kind of like, you know how you have lifestyle inflation? You get kind of spending inflation on projects. Like I went from like, I'll put 5,000 into this project where I'm like throwing like 100 grand into every project that I can, like, oh fuck, I'll throw 100 G's here, 100 G's here. Oh, I really like this one. Let me throw $250,000 into this coin, and then you forget because you made so much money on the run up. And that's why getting in at the right part of the cycle is so freaking important. Right. Because I remember when we did the first crypto mindset course, Ethereum was probably like 250. Yeah. And then when we did the second one, it was about 600. And there were still people being like, oh, Ethereum hasn't done anything yet. And then like about a month after that, like in early 2021, it started going above 1,000, go above its all-time high of 1,400. It was like, oh shit, stuff gets away from you. So if you're in at the right part of the cycle, which if you understand the 4-year cycle is usually about 6 months before the halving is coming around middle April. Right. So not, very long until that gets there. And let me put things in perspective. Buying good assets over the long term, you win. The boring shit. Look, if I had just look at this. Now I did make money and I was able to trade it out and I increased my bag. But even if I didn't, when I originally got into crypto, I was buying Bitcoin at $400. Ethereum was $5. $5. It's $2,300. That's wild. And people are bearish on it. Yeah. And I'm like, look. And here's the thing. Like I can say Bitcoin, I can say Ethereum. No one gets mad. Right? The minute I mentioned a coin that they think is a shit coin, I could say I bought XRP for a fraction of a penny and today it's at 50 cents. Yeah, the XRP guy's happy and everyone's like, look at this motherfucker talking about XRP. I talk about Hex. I bought it at fractions of pennies, which I did. It went up to 50 cents. Made a killing. Oh, look at this asshole shilling his coins.
He's coin biased.
Look, he's talking about chain. It doesn't matter what coin I talk about. If I'm not talking about their religion, I'm wrong. Yep. Yeah. But you stop. It's about we're trying to make money. Yeah. That's at the end of the day, like Bitcoin agnostic, make some money. Crypto is a sports team with a religion with a financial asset. That's what it is. It's all of crypto is basically those three things, the trifecta, whether it's the unholy trinity or the holy trinity, whichever you like. But people like fall into it. Like you kind of join a gang almost and stuff. It's like, yeah, XRP guys, Hex guys. It doesn't matter what it is. Human nature puts you like you tribe up basically.
Right.
Yeah. Red pill versus these blue pill. Well, that one's pretty solid.
Yeah. What's next here? We got okay, what are the chances we go into a super cycle? No, we got, sorry. This is from Saucer Goes. What are some apps/platforms I can invest on, and what wallet should I use? Simple question.
Yeah, so an app/platform that's also a wallet that kind of is everything in one is MetaMask. So MetaMask, in terms of the DeFi space, so if you're interacting with decentralized exchanges and the like, that's probably going to be your most useful application out there. And that's a hot wallet, right? And then you have on top, above that, you have exchanges, which you don't want your money to stay on for too long. And then below that, you have cold storage, like a Trezor, TREZOR, that you can hold things on for longer periods of time. But the exchanges and the Trezor, you're not going to interact with native crypto usually quite as much. So MetaMask is probably where you'll be a lot of the time. But there's a few others.
Yeah. So where's the question? How much? Where is it?
It was
what are some
platforms and you can invest in, and yeah.
So it's the big four. Coinbase. So if you're in America now, Coinbase, because it's on the stock market, you should be able to get it anywhere in the world. But Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, Crypto.com. Then from there, if you're overseas, you can go on Binance. There's a couple other ones, but like you want to stick to the more reputable ones, because if you're using the shady ones, you could have some jurisdiction issues, and you might have to use a VPN or something like that. And you have to, that's a whole can of worms there. And that's mostly because countries are trying to stop it. But the beautiful thing is we have a list, depending on, I mean, we've had people from Jamaica to Madagascar, believe it or not, take the course. Bomba clock, right? And
Just not Antarctica yet.
Antarctica yet, but we're almost there, you guys. But we have lists of exchanges for people to use in all different types of countries.
Right.
Yeah, so that's how it goes.
The sit down says, if I made $2 million from crypto, shout out Moon Kang, what could a $500 investment into real estate do for me cash flow wise to roughly? Thanks, guys. It depends, man. I mean, I tell you guys all the time, you want at least a 10% return on your cash when it comes to real estate. So hypothetically, if you were to buy a house for $500,000, you want to make at least $5,000 a month on that house, right? Gross. So that's a general good rule of thumb as far as what you want to do, but it depends if you're buying it with cash or you're buying it with leverage with a bank, but that's a pretty good standard. Easy Money Sniper goes, how long should I hold Solana coin for? When should I sell it?
So in terms of time, most coins in the market, and since Solana is a main layer one, it's going to continue to run most of the bull market between I would say March of 2025 to about November of 2025. That's going to be your sweet spot for most 4-year cycles. So that's where we're looking to take a lot of profit. So in terms of timing, I would look at there. And then we both think that it basically gets above $1,000 this cycle. It's currently around 100. So, a nice year and a half, then you get a 10x plus. Not too shabby. And
I'm going to tell you about something that's going to be really talked about later on. Once we have the Ethereum ETF pass, the game's going to change to who's the next coin for what's the next ETF? What other coins get the next? And that's going to be the next. Even if it doesn't get it, it'll pump off of like, yo, this is one of the big ones. It's the hype.
Yeah.
And you got to capitalize on that hype and stuff. So, I mean, if it's like, it's been climbing the whole time and then you're in the middle of the summer in 25 or early 25 and it just goes bananas, take some fucking profit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause you bought it at $100.
Yeah.
Like if it's at $1,500, my dude, you sell 10%, you're up 150% on your money.
Right. And if you bought it at 100, you could take the original at 500, still have 80% of your position, right? And then ride that above 1,000, start scaling out. Once it gets above 1,500, scale it even more. So it's a balance of like, what do you expect with the price versus how much time is running out in the cycle. So kind of think of the 4-year cycle as like an hourglass that you flip over. And once we get close to spring of 2025, that shit starts getting, no matter where the price is at, if it's hitting your expectations or not, it's still, you have less and less time. You got to be more aggressive.
You said people get lost for being greedy.
Oh,
yes.
Like they hold on for too long.
Always. It's human nature. Oh, I mean, absolutely.
Every
always.
Cycle.
Every time. It's just like, it's the biggest rush. I mean, you imagine just you're hitting it big in the casino. You can't stop. You're on this winning streak with parlays and fucking and sports apps. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're fucking winning. You're just boom, you get addicted to the hit and stuff. And some people, believe it or not, like I just found this out. Some people are addicted to the thrill of losing somehow because they're like, I'm gonna get back. I'm like, some people love that feeling of like I lost it all and then I fucking battled back
this time.
Yeah,
Believe in me.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
All right. We got here. Is it Daniel Moses? Yeah. Hoi hoi. Dollar cost crypto. I can't buy until I turn 18 in middle of February. Do you think these are good targets? Doge under 10 cents. Sol under $1. FX
100.
under 36. FTM. Well, basically
40
goes
cents.
over all the numbers.
Yeah.
Can we pull that thing up on screen real quick, Bills? Show it to the audience.
That's rough. You're gonna hit about half of them. The other half might be higher, but that's still good prices. Hey, brother, dude, imagine being 17 years old trying to invest. Dude, that's awesome, dude. People don't wake up from the Matrix until they're fucking 26 sometimes.
So good job, man. You got your head on right. But yeah, those are all good prices for
all good prices, but some can be a little higher. Like Solana could be 140 at the time, but still great price. It's still good prices, yeah.
Dave Hustles goes, my primary portfolio is BTC, ETH, and below that I have Solana, Illuvium, Polkadot, XRP recommended from you guys. Now, how long should I hold them for to sell out for high before the bear market this year? Or you recommend hold for a couple of years?
Yeah, so kind of similar to the last answer that I gave, look for that early 2025, start kind of going towards the exits. But, excuse me, also think about where did you buy the coin?
So hold this year.
Right, hold all throughout the
24.
majority of this year. The only time you'll be trading out this year is if you get like the situation where Bitcoin goes to a new all-time high before, I would say, the end of August.
Okay.
If Bitcoin's past $70,000 by August, that's faster than it should, and it's probably going to have a good correction at some point later in the year of 24. So then you might be like, okay, Q4 of this year,
Let me get rid of it. Okay.
I put
and then buy back on a low.
Just one little caveat. If you have your coin and it fucking just 8 times in price within a month, take some profits.
Yeah.
Because it'll come. So anything like big up means big down. So if you have like, I'll bring Solana up just because it's the coin everyone's talking about. So if Solana just in the middle of the summer, it's just at $200 for a while, and then it just shoots to 1,000, take some fucking profits. And then because it'll come back down, you can just buy back your coins. You'll have more coins and then you're chilling. But the reason we tell you not to sell the whole thing is because we're trying to get you guys into long-term capital gains. You have to keep a crypto asset unsold for 1 year, and then you get hit with a 15% tax, 20% tax, and still have a huge like 45-50% tax. So the tax savings that's another thing too, is why I personally don't trade my whole stock, is because I gotta, for tax purposes, some people are in Dubai, some people are in Puerto Rico and stuff, but then they have to, they're dealing with kind of like the lifestyle consequences of like living in a different country. You gotta choose your game. That's why we moved to, Vegas. But this is why so many people do so well here in, Miami or Texas, is because, there's no state tax.
Wasn't there a Dogecoin millionaire that just kept on to all his coin and lost it all?
Yeah.
Being too greedy. I forgot his name.
Yeah. He started shilling like shitcoin projects recently. He's like, yes.
Yeah.
Damn.
A lot of those types of guys,
That's sad, bro.
They end up going towards, like low cap, easy for to like pump it up.
Yeah.
And,
Grant Stephan gave him great advice. Take some. Grant Stephan wasn't saying anything crazy. He was telling just sell half of it.
Yeah.
Or sell all of it. Or like obviously I wouldn't have sold all of it too. Like if Grant Stephan was telling me to sell all of it, no way. But like half. But he was right. Like half of it. Like dude, you bought it for like. Cover your life a little bit.
Yeah. I think because a lot of you guys, right, a lot of people, especially in the chat, be skeptical. Oh, this is all a scam, blah, blah, blah. How about this? Invest in the coin, right? And then whatever you invest, take that out. So then everything you have is profit. So then you can't complain or feel bad anymore.
Yeah.
Because if you lose anything, it doesn't matter because it's profit anyway. And if you gain anything, great. So, but take out what you originally invested. For all the people out there that are super skeptical that don't trust cryptocurrency, just take out what you invested. Wait a year or two. Just take out what you invested. You'll probably stuff.
That's smart. Those profits aren't profits until you take them.
Yeah.
Right. So a lot of people confuse that in the bull
and they're
market.
not losses until you take them either.
Right.
Correct.
They look at the paper gains. They're like, oh, I'm up so much, and it's like
I'm a millionaire
take
on
some.
paper.
Yeah.
Right.
But is it in your hand? No.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know
Take
what
some.
a cut guy's doing too is that their net worth went up so much because of crypto. They weren't taking any money out, so they were spending their savings down like they were fucking balling from their portfolio. And that happens a lot, you guys, because you'll be like, fuck, man, I'm killing it, but no, it's gonna go higher. So I'll just keep grabbing my savings, bro. I'm hella rich, man. I've got hella
even
cash right
taking
now.
loans on the savings. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay. Reyes goes, Marin, I was making $50K now. I picked up a second job making $90K, working 7 days a week. Should I stay like this or finish a couple certificates for data analyst? Well, bro, if that data analyst thing is going to get you more money, then do that. But just find time in between your two jobs to study so that you can go ahead and get that high income skill so that you don't have to
That's a
continue working
hardworking
7
guy,
days
though.
per week.
Shout out to him.
Data analysis is great.
Greg Vandersloot goes, why is it that the Tradtards want to do a debate on the Copycat show when it was your invitation and you are the A side? Yeah, I know, dude.
Yeah.
Chads versus Trads is a great FNF